Good evening, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today you have the Rhino, and we're looking at a beer that was sent to me by Lee M. So thank you very much, Lee, for sending this beer to me. I greatly appreciate it. This is Cantenbury. Canterbury. Canterbury. Cantenbury was basically a school that I played rugby against when I was younger, and I just read that as that. So Canterbury. Dark mild. And this is from the Great Western Brewing Company in BC, I do believe it says. It's really hard for me to read this one. British Columbia, Canada. So this dark mild is 5% alcohol, which is a lot higher than anything I would expect with the word mild on it. I don't know if it's trying to say that it's just a mild flavor. I don't know. For me, if I saw mild on a beer, I would expect somewhere in the like 2.5 to 4.4 range of beers. So I have to talk about this. I kept talking about my hard water and everything else. If any of you watched, recently I bought a new bottle brush. I've been bottle brushing all my glassware. I've been drying. I got a new placemat basically for them to dry on. It's basically just a shelf liner that has big holes in it, so these are not right against, not straight down, so there's actually room for air to get under them to help dry out. And you can see it's already basically gone. These glasses are actually being cleaned amazingly well right now. They're being rinsed out amazingly well right now, but I'm still getting watermarks on them. And I mean, I can pick up anything. I can pick up like my Glenfiddich glass here that is crystal, and you can see just fucking watermarks on it inside it. It doesn't make sense. There's nothing I can do except for put a water softener in. I'm not paying money to put a water softener in, so I'll just have to deal with the like 2 to 4 seconds of fucking shit on the glass. I'm gone now. There was a beautiful off-white head as I was talking. It had a nice snap, crackle, pop. This is like a honey color. Honey color, at least down here, and almost like a watered down Coke color up at the top. Scent. So I don't know if Great Western is anything like, say, what's the Pilsner that Jordan sent me like a year ago? I think they're in Saskatchewan. I think it actually even might be some Western thing. I don't know. But I had a Pilsner sent to me, and it wasn't from BC. So I don't think it would have been from, sorry, it probably was Great Western or whatever, because this is Pacific Western. I said Great Western when I started this. This is Pacific Western. I do apologize. If you are from Pacific Western. I am legally blind, and my mind has had a lot of concussions. And I did read it, and something else popped in my mind. So I think maybe Great Western is the Saskatchewan one that I'm thinking of. That's all over Alberta as well. I'm wondering if this is basically a regional brew just like that. Because there's really, it kind of smells like a macro, which is fine. It might be a good beer still, but it just has that really sweet, almost candied caramel scent to it. Let's try it. Cheers. Okay. So this is a dark. And this is kind of a very, very strange dark to me in that it has It's a strange dark in that it really doesn't have any flavors that a dark would have. Even even a dark mild should still have like a biscuity flavor, a lot of caramelly notes and all that. This is kind of nondescript, um, basically like your average big brand or average of the budget beer. And I love trying these beers. I love trying these like regional budget brands. This might not be a regional budget brand, but I love trying those type of beers. And this just reminds me of that type of beer. Yeah. A little bit of sweetness, nondescript sweetness, just sweetness. Then a little bit of breadiness almost. And then a hop flavor that's much like say the hops that MGD and stuff use, that liquefied hop extract that won't skunk even in a clear bottle. It's like a slightly sweeter Miller. Is there anything wrong with that? No. You give this to me cold, and I could probably just swig it back without thinking. It would just go boom right down my throat, and that is something that I don't edit those out. Anyway, that is something that I could easily do. About medium-bodied, light effervescence, light carbonation. Very light flavored. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this beer. That being said, where would I put this beer? It probably deserves somewhere between a 5 and a 6. It probably does deserve that. But since most of my ratings have a lot to do with a flavor plateau, I would probably give this a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10? Yeah, I'd give this a 4 out of 10. I would give it a 4 out of 10 with an asterisk that normally it would probably be a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10? 6 out of 10. It would normally be a 6 out of 10 because there's nothing wrong with the beer at all. It's just a beer that doesn't do anything for me and make me want to drink it again. And I don't have a 5 made out of balloons. No, that's not really the reason. Again, my rating is all about flavor plateaus for the most part and value. I don't know how much this costs. I'm going to assume it was a budget beer. But flavor plateau-wise, it's not even mid-range for me. But drinkability-wise, yeah, it's a 6 out of 10. I mean, I could sit back and drink this no problem. But it's not something that I want to drink, if you know what I'm getting at. Anyway, thank you, Lee, for sending it. Au revoir, à bientôt. I guess since I'm saying it's a 6 out of 10 for drinkability and a 4 out of 10 for flavor plateau, that it's overall a 5 out of 10. I guess we could say that. Stylistically, as a mild, I'd give it a 0 out of 10. It does have a lot of mild flavors, though. It's very mild in the flavor profile. I'm going to drink the rest of this as I start watching Prison Break Season 2. I had to catch up on Prison Break Season 1. My buddy Norman watches a lot of TV series and movies in fast forward just to say he's watched it. And I basically watched Season 1 of Prison Break in fast forward just to remind myself, because I haven't watched Prison Break since 2005. So to remind myself of what happened, and now I'm going to watch 2, 3, and 4, because I've never seen them before. Thank you guys. Bye.